problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. This is fielded a couple yards deep. It's a foot race. The 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
At their own 25-yard line.
Hey, ready? Ready? 54. Right, 54. It's our field. It's our field. Hey.
On first down, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Check out.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. Good sign here early. Everybody on offense there up front in the backfield in sync on that play.
So much talk about what do you do to neutralize home field advantage. Well, teams that run the football effectively, they often have a way of neutralizing it in a big way when they have those types of runs.
They go play action here on first down. Eluding. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
Right to the 3. That's a twist.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And now it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. A shotgun snap for Newton. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Newton delivers this one to McCaffrey, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Ready? 180. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Hey! Hey, watch it. Watch it. Ready?
From the red zone now, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Newton. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Newton. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore there to make the grab. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Here we go. Go right in. Check, 59. Here we go, D.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Right, check, 59.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Hey, kill.
After the sack on first down, Prescott trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And some space here. Pass the there he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 45 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Go right in. 57. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Here we go. Go.
A first down throw for Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 27 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Mara, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On 2nd and 2, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Newton. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Now a first down throw for Newton. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Newton on first down. Being chased out left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
48
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Newton. And a big here as he's taken down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now, how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Check right. Right there, 54, right? 8! Hey, man.
They snap it to Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
It's a turnover on downs.
I'm here all day.
Prescott on first down. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gun. Mike 54.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to regain the lead. He's given them a little jolt, just gave them the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Elliott. Oh, he shifts past him. Ezekiel Elliott going to to take it the distance. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big run that time by Elliott, and even 50 yards on the ground. A first down carry by Elliott, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Check. No. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott flushed out right. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I think this one comes under the heading of sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because you and I both know coaches go crazy seeing their quarterbacks roll out, in this case to the right side, and try and throw back into the middle of the field. He got away with one there.
59. I got you.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Dancing to his left. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Right there. 54 Mike. Great. Spawn.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
A gain of 7. And the Panther first down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Under 10.
Now Artis Payne. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Ready? Right to the 3.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. On the ground, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Gun. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Right here. Back.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. Operating from the gun, Newton. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right?
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. My chance. Alert flare.
Here's McCaffrey. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
What is it? 388. Gun. Hey, pick your game up. Hey, check 24. Switch.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
He's checking. Gun. Watch the safety creep.
Here's Artis Payne. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half.